yung laban pala namin ni Funai, nakiusap po kami sa Navy po. Nag-iba po yung strategy namin. Nakiusap po kami sa Navy po na doon kami mag-training sa Ternate po, kasi alam namin na yung Ternate Marine Base maganda na yung lugar, wala ganong tao na yung ano nila, yung sa lalo na yung kalikasan doon, yung mga bundok doon, ang ganda ng ano doon. Kaya doon kami nag-training kami doon ng 3 buwan. Wala talagang labasan kasi alam namin yung laban namin kay Funai, gusto namin na maganda yung performance. At dahil nga doon sa huling laban namin di maganda yung ano namin, yung resulta, naging tabla. Kaya daming na parang hanggang doon lang kami, hanggang siguro kaya yun, pinakita namin na doon sa laban ni Funai, pinaghandaan talaga namin na maiba at mas maganda yung resulta. Kaya nagpapasalamat po kami sa mga tao laging sumusuporta at salamat sa Panginoon na binigay din niya yung magandang kondisyon, kasi yun nga yung sakripisyo namin doon sa Ternate na doon lang talaga sa loob. Focus kami lahat yung sa team ko, at lalo na po sa Navy at Marines. Maraming salamat po sa palagi ninyong suporta sa amin sa team, lalo na sa pag-iensayo ko. Nagbibigay po kayo ng yung ma-ensayuhan namin talagang ito kaya yung resulta ng laban maganda po, at sana sa sunod ko nitong laban suportahan niyo pa po ako at ipapakita pa rin ko po yung best ko.
Santiago, it was an action-packed fight. Each guy had to really dig in hard during those 12 rounds, had some swelling over his right eye. He's talked a lot about the change in training, stressed the difference of being on a Marine base back home, and let's see if we see a change compared to what he's looked like in his most recent fights.
Well, it's going to be very important for Ancajas to get respect from Funai early. Funai coming off 7 straight wins, 6 wins by KO. So he's going to come in confident. He's going to come and attack Ancajas from the opening bell.
Dre, he wasn't bashful about saying what his strategy would be throughout the night. He said, hey, if I have to throw 10 punches just to land one big right hand, I will.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, Joe. And I was just getting ready to say that you took the words right out of my mouth. In our fighter meeting, very confident, very poised. We talked about the crowd maybe being against him. There's a large Filipino contingency here in the Bay Area. He said that's okay. If they boo me, I love it. It's not a big problem. I'm coming straight to him. I do not think that Ancajas likes it inside, and we're going to find the fight inside early. So we'll see if he sticks to his word.
Ancajas just off the mark a little bit with the left hand. Funai threw a right hand right down the middle and landed right on the forehead of Ancajas.
And Funai can fight on the outside as well, but like he told us in the fighter meeting, he wants to take this in close. Doesn't feel like Ancajas likes a fighter to be close to him. He feels like Ancajas gets very uncomfortable.
U.S. debut for Ryuichi Funai. There's a left hand from the titleist. End of round number 1. IBF Junior Bantamweight title.
Time!
Did that right hand right at the bell land? Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The kind of punches that Ancajas has landed so far, you'll say, hey, they're not that hard. They're just, stinging type shots. But let the fight progress. Those same shots in round 5, 6, and 7 could drop or knock the opponent out if they land right.
Funai was just probing to the body that time Ancajas after Funai came forward with the right hand.
Funai starting to find his mark with the right hand. Every now and then Ancajas would sit still just for a moment and don't do anything, and Funai just shoot a right hand right down the middle and catch Ancajas with it.
As he should with that situation. There's a straight left that split the guard from Ancajas. And to that combination also placed a right hand to the body.
That's the thing about Ancajas. Ancajas can actually be, he's a great counterpuncher, so he's in range, he can get out of range, move his head, and then come back with counters. He's quick enough and has good position to be able to do so. And Dre, you know, we talk about southpaws all the time. They always look for the backhand. You know, and Ancajas is a natural right-hander, and he's converted to southpaw, so it's his strong hand. So the right hook is his power punch.
That's why we see him landing it the way that he has, and it seems effortless for him. And he also has a great jab too.
10 seconds
to make the point that you just made. Good
Both guys
left.
coming in, and a left hand scores well from Ancajas. End of 2. Flores on national TV. When you get title fights surrounding him. Here we are, round number 2 of our junior bantamweight IBF World Championship.
Nice shots already at the gate from Ancajas. You know, really finding the mark now.
Bring that straight left back behind it.
Yeah, there he goes with the lead left that time. As he was wide swinging to the outside, but much success with that right hook in round number 1.
Yeah, Tess, he got to be careful swinging wide like that. I saw that coming. You know, Funai, all he has to do is throw the right hand straight down the middle, and it's going to catch Ancajas and probably drop him.
The kind of punches that Ancajas has landed so far, you'll say, hey, they're not that hard. They're just, you know, stinging type shots. But let the fight progress. Those same shots in round 5, 6, and 7 could drop or knock the opponent out if they land right.
Funai was just probing to the body that time Ancajas after Funai came forward with the right hand.
Funai starting to find his mark with the right hand. Every now and then Ancajas would sit still just for a moment and don't do anything and on the mark.
And Funai keeps getting hit with those kind of shots because he's standing still and he's standing right in the range of Ancajas.
Saw CompuBox tallying up a 36-19 connect advantage for the world champion, Jerwin Ancajas. Bernardo Osuna, good evening to you. What are they saying in his corner?
Joven Jimenez is not very happy with the defense of Jerwin. He says, I like his offense. He's landing the right hook, but he's got to use his jab more.
And as you see right away, Funai right now is stepping up the tempo, pushing the pace. He's trying to take those angles away from Jerwin Ancajas by pressing on the gas tank.
He closed the
gas
gap.
pedal.
He closed the gap moments ago, but in doing so, he also ate a right uppercut.
He's okay with that. He's okay with taking those punches. He's trying to just close the gap on Ancajas and pressure him. That's one way of beating the southpaw.
Considerable infighting here from Funai.
This is where Funai wants to be, and I disagree, Tim, because Funai can't allow himself to be hit with those kind of shots from Ancajas, because Ancajas is very tricky, he's very crafty, and I'm telling you, he's lining Funai up for that straight left and that right hook.
Well, athletically, he's not going to be able to compete with a guy like Ancajas, so he's stepping inside, and he knows that. On the outside, he's not quick enough. So I need to close the gap, and I need to get this guy comfortable so I can land my hard shot, that power right hand that Funai has.
So Funai needs to be inside in mid-range. I agree with that, but I don't agree with the fact that he needs to sit there.
At this distance, just wrapping around even. That left hand by Funai, then wrapping around the elbow with the right hand to the body by Ancajas. This is good stuff.
Yes, this is high-level stuff right here, championship-level stuff. We see a lot of will, but we see a lot of skill, like you said, Tess.
Good combination from Ancajas, and then Funai comes right back. Look at that trade. He is a Stockton homegrown product. He's coming up after our first of 2 world title fights here tonight.
Well, another way of beating the southpaw is landing the right hand. The reason for landing the right hand is because the southpaw, the head lies on the side where the right hand is, right in the line of fire. And Funai has to continue to, he's hurt. He's hurt from that right hook.
Look at Ancajas. Left hand comes in, right to the body, right hook. He's got the challenger in trouble here early in round 4. Ancajas looking as good as he had recently. Here he comes, the champ on the attack. Can the Japanese challenger Funai hold up? Trying to trade with Ancajas. Wide sweeping right hand that time as Funai now settles down. and tries to wrap around a left hand to the body himself.
Stop.
Good action to open up this fourth round. A lot of success from Ancajas with that short right hook.
Yeah, he's catching him as he's coming in.
And there's a left hand that splits the guard.
He's hurt, Tess.
Very hurt.
That straight left hurt. Funai very, very much.
So you want to take a look at the start of the next round?
Beautiful shots by Ancajas right here. You see the power shots coming. The left hand's coming behind with the right hooks on Funai. And you see him continue to dominate and pressure Funai to land hard punches.
And Ancajas did what you're supposed to do if your opponent isn't going down from the headshot. You got to go down to the body. Great sequence from Ancajas.
Let's go. Over here.
Let's check in with Mark.
Mouthpiece.
Thank you, Joe. You know, Sean Gibbons, Manny Pacquiao's matchmaker, told us the way that Ancajas has looked in recent fights, the lackluster way, was his fault for not matching him correctly. What he's done tonight is match him perfectly with an opponent who's straight up, head up, and coming forward.
Ringside position is taking a look that Funai's ever been knocked down in his career is all the way back in 2011. One time. There's the left hand from Ancajas, and he tries to come back with it.
I think he's recharged right now. I think he's about to come on right now. And I'm talking about Ancajas. Funai just escaped that combination, just got out at the right time and got the right distance to get away from those shots from Ancajas. Where's the jab at, Dre? There it is.
He has so much success with the right hook, you forget about the jab,
Forget
right?
about everything. I mean, you do. You know, you land hard shots, you want to continue to land hard shots.
We're going to take a very short break here and come right back to this title fight. Stay with us. $5 grand on a piece of land in the Philippines that he referred to as his survival camp. That's where he did his training. More recently, had a couple lackluster efforts. They didn't like the whole vibe, who was around, what was happening, wanted to get away. Went and spent time on a Marine base. I think it served him well.
I think so too. But you know, the problem I have with Ancajas is the fact that this is his 7th title defense, Tess.
Yes.
And you know, he don't have an identity yet. He don't even have a blueprint on what makes him tick. He's still trying to figure that out. And that's the problem I have being a world champion and having 7 title defenses, Dre.
Yeah, I like the adjustment Ancajas made by, you know, less is more. Getting a lot of people away, keeping a simple team, the people that were there from the beginning, and just hitting reset. And it looked like it served him well in this fight so far.
And you guys called exactly the fact that Ancajas sort of punched himself out there in round number 4, took round 5 off, but Joven Jimenez said this round, I want him to work behind the jab and start pressuring, but Funai is strong.
And Bernardo, it's justified when you look at the CompuBox numbers in that 4th round. He threw 88 power punches, 88 alone in that 4th round.
It's got to be a little discouraging for Ancajas to have that kind of round and still look up a round and a half later, and Funai is still looking you in the face.
Yes, it's impressive. Game guy, isn't he, the challenger?
Well, if you're digging him down to the body, you're going to take some of that steam away. But, you know, you got the challenger here, Funai, that's gaining confidence moving forward.
And yet he's eating hooks and left hands. 3 straight, 4 straight, and another one from the champ. And another split in the guard. Can't get out of the way of these straight left hands.
See, but don't back off, Ancajas. Don't back off. Keep coming. You know, change the rhythm, change the pace. Throw 3, 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. You got your man hurt?
I think Ancajas knows exactly what he's doing. He's inflicting punishment. He's stepping back, allowing the punishment to kind of soak in a little bit, and then he's inflicting more punishment.
Now the right hook comes back into play.
Nice shot from Ancajas. Step back, half a step back, and drop the straight left hand. Short. Oh, got hit with a short little uppercut up the middle from Funai.
Yeah, I've said it several times. I'm not trying to overstate the point and take away from a great fight, but they really have to keep an eye on Funai. It's not the concussive shots all the time. It's the sub-concussive shots. This kid is taking a lot of punishment, and he's still game, so they have to save him from himself.
Dre, these are the kind of fights where I worry about a fighter's health. When you're standing up to everything, when you haven't been knocked down, when you're this game showing this much heart the way Funai is.
Yes.
They got us.
Bruise the face of Ryuichi Funai is. See the referee, Edward Cayantes. Take a look at him. Ringside position is right up on the apron again. Dr. Gary Furness is leading the crew here for the California Commission. Referee took a peek at him.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. And I think that is the right move. This kid is tough. This kid will take all night long. But we started to get the feeling sitting here ringside about halfway through the last round that it had reached that point. I think that is in the absolute best interest of the fighter.
Yes, it was.
And it's absolutely justified.
Absolutely.
There's no need to boo. Excellent call by the doctor. We don't
See
always
that dog. You know, punching power, speed, accuracy, boxing ability. And Ancajas did it all tonight.
Well, you really started to see, guys, especially in the last 2 rounds. There was that one moment where I was calling straight left hand after straight left hand in the blow-by-blow, and it was there all night long. Let's take a look at the success that the champ had with the left hand.
Yep, all straight left hands. He stepped back, straight left hand. Caught him right in between the shots, straight left hand. As Funai would move back and pull back and try to get it range, and Ancajas would come straight down the middle with a straight left hand. He could not miss this shot all night long.
Funai couldn't get out the way.
Funai don't move his head. His defense is his feet. He gets out of range and then gets back in the range. Get out of range and gets back in the range. He needs to work on his defense if he wants to continue boxing.
Well, let's make it official. For that, we go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 second in round number 7. Our referee in charge, Edward Coyantes, stops the contest upon advice of the ringside physician. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still the IBF Junior Bantamweight Champion of the World, Jerwin, Pretty Boy Ancajas.
Exactly how he wanted the night to go. Jerwin Ancajas, 31st win of